Fans worried about IVE Wonyoung's smile. But is YG trying to make a new Lisa? Disgusting netizen behavior, weird concept pics, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now, actually, ahead of our first story, I do want to say that I have links in my link tree for super important resources. Again, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys know your rights. Why are people worried about Wonyoung's smile? Wonyoung recently did a commercial where some netizens brought up that they thought she was having difficulty smiling. Now, in the commercial, she's talking, she's promoting something.
좋아하는 친구들과 함께 준비 마이볼.
So the commercial goes on for 3 minutes and 41 seconds, but it's really that first clip that has been going around. So people started sharing, before and after videos. People started speculating about cosmetic procedures, with some fans worried about how far some idols take cosmetic procedures, other people defending her, being like, she looks the same. Even some commenters comparing her to her sister, like her sister talks like that too, or like smiles in that way too. I mean, this is definitely a huge conversation in K-pop. And I mean, I'm definitely of the mindset that, of course, idols get surgery. People in general get surgery, people get fillers. I mean, Botox and fillers are so easily accessible to anybody, really. But some people also bring up whether or not the conversation is productive. I mean, the last time we talked about this was with ITZY's Yuna's hips. Do you appreciate that these topics get brought up so that people can be aware? Or are you of the mindset that it's better to just not say anything at all? Let me know what you think in the comments. YG Entertainment has introduced the next member of their new upcoming girl group, and her name is Chanya, and she's from Thailand. This is important to the conversation, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, aside from her age, her being Thai is also a huge topic of conversation. Here she is, with people saying YG is trying to create the next Lisa, or a quote-unquote new Lisa. It looks like YG has picked another Thai member for their next girl group. After tasting sweet success with Lisa, it seems they can't let go of that country. Her proportions and face look pretty similar to Farida's. YG Thailand, Lisa, Farida, Chiquita, Chanya. That's like so wild though, like 1997. You jumped to 2005, then 2009, 2010. Who would have thought YG would be like this active? It's out of character. Here's some more comments. I don't know about y'all, but sending a group with members under 15 is so icky and weird, especially with how evil both the internet and industry is. 2010, and trained for 2 years and 8 months. Debuting at 14 after almost 3 years of training as criminal LMAO, a whole child literally. It's so crazy to me how they want every GG of theirs to have the next Lisa, like bro chill. One from Australia, one from Thailand, and the other two will be from Korea, where one will be living in New Zealand. Oh my god, it's just so funny because it's like full circle, right? Oh my god, I don't know if I should bring this up, but when Blackpink debuted, I mean, there were similar accusations, but I digress. YG promoting their new GG members before they're supposed to be. Blackpink comeback has to be the biggest setup. Like, no matter how much you try, you could never replace Blackpink. YG and their obsession to recreate BP just noticed their GG having a time. And you know what is so funny? It's because like people did the exact same thing between 21 and Blackpink. They were like, oh, you got 3 members who can speak English and 1 member who can't speak English. And, you have this member is equivalent to this member and that member is equivalent to that member. So it's really interesting to see, like, it's just really interesting to see. And the whole next Lisa thing, I've seen some comments basically saying that YG is like pushing this overseas angle. That's why they can't give up on Southeast Asia. But I digress, of course. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Recently, there's this tweet that's been going around where someone is claiming that they reported Lara of Katseye to ICE, basically saying she's an illegal alien. Obviously, this is rightfully receiving so much backlash. The Trump administration is implementing a sweeping deportation initiative described as the largest in U.S. history, with a goal of 3,000 daily arrests, focusing heavily on major Democratic-led cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. ICE raids have grown more aggressive, spreading to courthouses, restaurants, and homes, drawing criticism over masked agents, due process concerns, and racial profiling, including incidents affecting U.S. citizens and indigenous peoples. So I've seen a lot of people talking about this, saying to, report the person to hide. I don't want to platform them or their username, but I did think it could be a good opportunity to lead to a bigger conversation, and also to send you guys to my link tree where I have important resources regarding this specifically. It's super important to know your rights, to stay safe. I'll continue trying to update it as much as I can, but I mean, it's obviously disgusting. It actually reminds me of back in 2020, which is kind of the exact opposite, because rather than reporting random idols, K-pop stans back in 2020 came together to literally flood a police reporting app with fan cams to get it taken down. It reserved tickets to Trump's rallies just to not show up. I mean, it's just interesting to see how communities can come together and use false reporting for a certain end goal versus people straight up being malicious. Just overall a reminder of how powerful communities can be. aespa are being accused of copying KIIIKIIIKIII. So the group have recently released some concept pictures for Dirty Work. As we can see here, we're just gonna scroll through these pictures here. It seems some netizens thought that the pictures were too similar to KIIIKII's photos. So here we have, I was gonna say a side by side, you get what I mean. I mean, like vibe wise, yes, but like in terms of copying, there's like what, they both have short hair. Okay, another comparison here, another like that's the thing, like I get like, you know, the vibe. Okay, you know, just like being outdoors, and just like being, there are more photo comparisons. So these are for KIIIKIII. I don't know, you guys surely remember these photos, right? Not KIIIKIII, this picture in particular, and then some pictures for Dirty Work for aespa. I thought I was the only one who thought like that. It's the same messy vibe. When I saw that hammer and dirt photos, I almost unfollowed their account thinking I mistakenly followed a foreigner's account. Way before KIIIKIII even debuted, not only aespa but other groups have already done the Pinterest-inspired concept using props and sets. Who cares? It's actually aespa who are the pioneers to this unique concept. They did it ever since their debut. aespa's Pinterest promo, yep, for spicy. Why would aespa want to copy KIIIKIII? With more fans coming to their defense, I don't know what to say because they're so dissimilar. aespa already did those color schemes during spicy. They seem to have used flash photography under the sun. That's what aespa did back during spicy. What even is similar here? It seems like only the level of exposure is similar. Are you making a fuss about that too? It does look like a reference. On that note of concept pictures, we have to talk about Cravity. What on earth are these concept pictures? So he's like a little chick coming out of an egg, and there's just freaking slime everywhere. The slime is what everyone is talking about, by the way. Here's some more slime and some more slime. Wait for it. Some more slime and some more slime. Just slathered in slime. More. Definitely unique. I can't say I've ever seen this in K-pop before. Other people also thought it was quite unique. Oh, makes me want to barf. What are they? What even is this? It's making me nauseous. Looks just like me when my nose is running. Aliens, lol. Oh, there's more. Here's another one. This is the one that I saw on Twitter, and I actually saved it because like, oh, we could discuss it. I don't know. I thought it was just me. Apparently not. I mean, some people comparing it to, you know, snot, other substances, but you'll never believe it. Some of the members actually addressed this photo shoot. So member Minnie basically says, remember when I talked about having laughed a lot on set during one of the schedules? It was for the concept photos that were revealed. I was the first one to shoot. I swear I was the most flabbergasted out of all of us. And how did I feel about it? I just wanted to go home real bad. What in the world? Then Seunghan also said, the concept photos were revealed today. I still remember the shoot so clearly. It was like a sensory play. I can't believe I got to be covered in slime from head to toe. It was so fun. I got a lot of compliments too. I've always thought since debut that I wanted to try a lot of different things. This definitely felt like growth. So one of the members is like, I actually just wanted to go home. That was not great. Another member be like, this was fun as hell. Let's see what Taeyong said. The concept photos were something else, huh? What did you think about them? I was so curious to know how we would all react to these photos once they were released. It's definitely experimental. My vibe was like, I don't know, I just got here. Of course, we have prettier stuff too. Those weren't meant to be aesthetic, so I understand how the reactions could be divided. So there's a lot of people praising their comments towards this photo shoot. I mean, the first guy was just like, I wanted to go home. I mean, they're adorable, haha. The promo effect was huge, so let's look at it positively. The kids are seriously so kind. Minnie's reaction was kind of raw honesty, but the other members are all being so nice about it. Their mindset is really good, lol. They even said they got some pretty stuff too, so I'm looking forward to the next photos. If it were me, I would have popped off. If it were me, I mean, I wouldn't mind like playing with it, but to have it all over my face and body and swimming in it, and imagine not being able to be like, no. a nightmare. Sounds like they all really held it in well. Totally understandable. Minnie said it sucked for him the most. Honestly, I feel so bad for them. Whoever planned this seems out of their mind. I mean, it definitely brings up the question of like, I think about this all the time in K-pop. Like, what if you're the only member who doesn't want to do something and you just kind of have to like suck it up? Everyone else is being a good sport about it and you're just like, I want to go home. So, ex-Rise member Seunghan is about to make his solo debut, but it seems like netizens were discussing the fact that it seemed that Rise's official account was following Seunghan. Now, Seunghan debuted with Rise, left Rise, was announced to be returning to Rise, and then left Rise again. And for specifically the reasons he was kicked out, netizens were like, whoa, like why would you be following him? Here's the thing, when I go to Rise's account, the 3 people that they are following, I mean, it doesn't include Seunghan. So I don't know, if you kept up with who Rise was following, have they always followed these 3 accounts? Maybe I should block out the first one there. It doesn't seem like an official account. You let me know. You let me know if they like switched it up, if they changed it. I have no idea. But netizens were discussing it regardless. But I'm just saying they're not following him. Is this for real? Korea's effing open-minded, it seems. Don't they know that they'll be cursed out if they follow him? Are they just dumb? F off. Don't entangle him with Rise. I mean, it would be really, I think for differing reasons, it would be really, I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird? You're part of a group. You have to leave that group. You get announced to be coming back to that group. The group receives so much backlash. Oh, you're kicked out again, or you willingly leave. I personally don't see a difference. I know a lot of people correct me like they weren't kicked out. They left willingly. I mean, I could totally understand someone being like, for the good of the group, for the good of everything, I will leave. But do you really think they have a choice? That's just something to ponder. I digress. Wouldn't it be weird? Kind of like a slap in the face if they're like following each other, if they're interacting with each other for other differing reasons than like the comments that we're reading. You know what I mean? Like, well, you weren't good enough to be in the group, but like, I don't know. You let me know what you think about that. So let's talk about the BTS Jungkook situation where he was seen wearing a hat that said "Make Tokyo Great Again." He was at a concert rehearsal where he was seen wearing the hat. The phrase, which appears to have been derived from political slogan "Make America Great Again," most recently popularized by US President Donald Trump, incited controversy due to Japan's history of imperialism and past tensions with Korea, which remained under Japanese colonial rule as recently as 1945. So those were the 2 main reasons people were upset. So he was receiving a lot of backlash. Now, he did apologize for wearing the hat and said that he got rid of the hat. Hello, this is Jungkook. My heart feels heavy writing this kind of message after meeting you for the first time in a long while. I sincerely apologize for the disappointment and discomfort I caused many people through the phrase that was written on the hat I wore during today's rehearsal. The fact that I disappointed and hurt people due to my shortcomings by wearing that hat without fully checking the historical and political meaning carried by the phrase is something that I am taking very seriously. I am nothing but sorry. There is no excuse regardless of my reasons. I was lacking and I was careless. In the future, I will think more deeply before each and every one of my actions. I will humbly accept all criticism and reproof for my mistakes. The hat was immediately disposed of. Once again, I apologize. I made a short about this, so let's read what some of you thought. Him apologizing and addressing the matter so quickly is admirable. Most people didn't even know what he was apologizing for at first since the rehearsal pics were leaked. His apology was actually good and personal, and he apologized before anyone even knew what had happened. His apology is so good, like he directly addressed the issue and also took criticism. I feel like the people just letting it go is proof that male idols usually get away with more things, but I also think that his apology was very sincere. Unlike other apologies from other groups for bigger things, he could have also just been handed the hat and told to wear it and not have checked it before. He should have known, but it's good that he apologized sincerely and immediately addressed it in detail and didn't remain vague, because we all know the affiliation of that slogan with a political figure with anti-Korean sentiments and tensions between Korea and Japan due to a lot of things. But why are they wearing a controversial hat in the first place? Like, they knew they will get hate for the simplest things. So with that, it seems that the brand was showing that their hat was out of stock, no stock, and sold out in both colors. I like Jungkook, but he really needs to consider where he stands with all the celebrity scandals lately. Ignorance is definitely a fault too. He has massive influence. He should be more careful. I got chills the moment I saw that hat's message. There's only so much that could be blamed on being uneducated. How can you not know what that simple phrase means as a Korean? But the brand also did come out and say that the hat wasn't political. We sincerely apologize to anyone who felt uncomfortable. That said, we believe in the freedom to express ideas through fashion. This design was not intended to convey any political stance. Rather, it was an iconic way to express our hopes for a thriving Tokyo fashion scene. From there, HYBE was being accused of media play because there was an article titled "BTS's Jungkook Pro-Japan Hat Controversy." He showed the true positive example of an apology, stopped the excessive guesswork and criticism. So people were accusing HYBE of media play for that article title. And then people were also accusing HYBE of media play because of New Jeans. Because of this photo of New Jeans that resurfaced under the guise that New Jeans were spotted clubbing in Itaewon, the fans quickly found out that these were actually from G-Dragon's listening parties, and I was accused of media play again. But of course, with all that said, let me know your thoughts. Let's move on to K-pop shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. IVE came out with Do the Dance, and All Day Project made their debut with Famous. Let me know if you watched any of those music videos, if you liked them. VVs have announced a July comeback, and J-Hope is going viral for seemingly being flustered by Sana.
오빠라고 부를게요.
It seems that IU shrank. She revealed that she was 163.2 centimeters last year, but that this year she is 162.7 centimeters. The members of Baby Don't Cry have been revealed. Ihyun, Mia, Benny, and Kumi. Do you guys remember the spicy choreography from Kiss of Life titled the bra strap choreography? It was receiving so much backlash from netizens, and now it seems that Kiss of Life have actually changed the choreography. I checked out a few of their performances, and you can clearly see them not touching their bra straps anymore. Now, originally, they're holding their bra straps and moving like this. Now, I don't know if it's the music show that wanted them to change it or if through the backlash they decided to change it. But it's always interesting to see choreographies getting changed in K-pop, which actually, let me know in the comments choreographies that have been changed in K-pop and we can look at them next time. Let's move on to a few discussions, shall we? ATEEZ recently had a comeback, Lemon Drop, which is amazing, by the way. Go check it out. This is like our discussion segment. Let us discuss. But first, I wanted to show you guys this tweet because I thought it was the funniest thing in the world, and then we'll get to business. But essentially, it seems that Jungkook had said like there's a pool scene in the music video. Now, this was before the music video dropped, right? That we should anticipate a pool scene in the music video. And I came across this tweet, how Jungkook is going to be in that pool. I thought this was so funny because it's like, it's true, right? Jungkook is known to be like quite modest in his clothing choices, which is fair enough, hey. But then the music video dropped and this is literally what we got. Freaking looks like a long sleeve shirt that's kind of rolled up, or maybe just like an oversized t-shirt in the swimming pool. I just thought that was hilarious, but I digress. The issue at hand here is that a lot of fans are unhappy with the amount of screen time that member Yeosang has. Not just screen time alone, but of course, people pointing to the fact that the line distribution isn't fair either. So just as a fan of the group, allegedly, I've definitely seen this for a long time. I mean, Yeosang seemingly having consistently not a lot of parts in the songs. I mean, there were also people bringing up the fact that the company is seemingly restricting him from getting too big, like muscle wise. We've talked about this before, especially with Yeosang, and I believe there's other idols have said like, oh yeah, our company doesn't want us to get too muscular because getting too muscular would go against the beauty standard. A lot of I'm sure all companies don't want their idols to get too big. Just a thought, just a theory. It was a whole discussion, but anyways. And then I came across this short sleeve summer project, a thread of Jungkook's cover up tattoos and colorings. I thought it was so interesting. I love talking about tattoos and tattoo regret. My goodness. So since this is what the tattoo artist wrote, when we first met, he was very self-conscious about his tattoos and was even too embarrassed to wear short sleeves during the summer. So our shared goal became what we called the short sleeve summer project. I can so relate to that, just like wearing clothing to hide your tattoo. I feel like I'm the worst person to have tattoos, and I have a few tattoos, quite a few tattoos. I hate being perceived. So then I'm like, oh my God, this tattoo's so silly. Oh my God, like what do I do about it? Whatever. Over time, he had gotten several tattoos on impulse. Yeah, I told him, you're now in a position of great influence. I hope you'll be more thoughtful about future tattoos, as many young people look up to you and may follow your choices. Reviving his previous tattoos was far from easy. The actual damage was much more severe than what appeared in photos, and there were significant limitations in terms of what subjects could be used for the cover-up. It was a complex process, maintaining meaningful design while covering the old tattoos, and the pressure even led me to experience stress-related hair loss. I can't even imagine, oh my God. But he goes on to say that he made the suggestion, rather than, you know, keeping black and gray tattoos, why don't we do something colorful? It might not be everyone's taste, but you're not like everyone else. And Jungkook agreed. Some people may assume I'm using the fact that I tattooed JK as a marketing tool or simply envy the opportunity, but in truth, I felt a tremendous sense of pressure and responsibility to do my best. We completed about 70% of the work before he enlisted, and we're still continuing the process as his busy schedule allows. Throughout this journey, I kept imagining him on stage with tattoos I created, always thinking of what would suit him best. And now he's finally able to wear short sleeves with confidence that makes me truly happy. We will look at the pictures, by the way. I think cover-ups are fascinating. This style may not be to everyone's taste, but I believe the result is something much more unique than before and that it turned out well in the end. Some people will support me and others may feel uncomfortable with the fact that I tattooed JK. But I've been doing this for 13 years and I poured everything I had, my skill, my experience, my heart into this project. As I've been receiving many inquiries about JK's new tattoo recently, I wanted to take a moment to share my thoughts here. So 3 lines here turned into this snake. That's pretty cool. And then this flower is now orange. It's a very pretty flower. Okay, this eye right here and then bulletproof. Very colorful. I mean, it's cool. Like I can understand, not that I understand the stress, but like when the artist says they were stressed out, I can definitely imagine when you have really dark tattoos, like what do you do with it? Anyways, this clock, what was done here? Okay, I see. The writing was like revitalized. I definitely do like the colors. They're very well done. Winners never quit. It looks really cool. Again, just more colorful. So what do you think of that? But yeah, I reckon that's basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. And as for me, I'm gonna get going. Bye!